This tutorial will show you how to complete the performance evaluation form in SuccessFactors. Before evaluating your employee, gather any supporting documentation you have prepared during the performance year. This includes documentation from throughout the year, reports, check-in notes, system data, or other records. The employee should submit documentation for any goals they were responsible for tracking, as well as their list of other duties as assigned. The more evidence that is available, the clearer the evaluation will be. Now, let's work with the performance management form in SuccessFactors. At a designated date, your employee's performance management forms will be available in your In Progress inbox. Navigate and open to an employee's form. Click Goals to advance to that section or scroll to the Goals section of the form. It's important to evaluate the goals as written. Your performance evaluation is limited to the goals that you included on the employee's performance planning and evaluation form. If you did not include a goal in the planning form, you cannot evaluate the employee on it. Here's a simple process you can use to evaluate each goal. Note, at any point in this process, you can scroll to the bottom of the page and click Save and Close. This will allow you to save your work without forwarding it to the next step in the route map. First, review any supporting documentation you have for this goal. Make sure the rating is based on the employee's performance as related to this goal throughout the year, not just the last few weeks before evaluation. Second, use the 5-point rating scale to help you determine the level at which your employee achieves success. You can review the rating scale and explanations by clicking on the question mark icon next to the rating. When evaluating a goal, keep in mind that achieving the goal as written is considered successful. Nothing more, nothing less. Ratings should not be inflated because the employee worked hard or because you have a positive relationship with them. Likewise, ratings should not be lowered due to unrelated frustrations. Instead, you should use the scale definitions to determine whether the performance went above, below, or right at the standard. Look for patterns above or below. If the employee succeeded the standard consistently or occasionally, the rating may move into exceeds expectations or exceptional. If they fail to meet it occasionally or consistently, the rating shifts to needs improvement or unsuccessful. Make sure you anchor your justification to evidence. Documentation, reports, check-in notes, or observed behaviors should be matched against the wording of the scale. For example, did the employee consistently exceed requirements, or was it only once or twice? Did they occasionally fail, or was it a repeated pattern throughout the year? Once you have determined the rating for the goal, click the corresponding rating. Finally, type your justification for this rating in the supervisor's comment box. This field is required. Give specific examples of an employee's actions as they relate to the goal. You have now completed the rating for one goal. Repeat this process for all the goals on the performance management form. You have the option to add overall comments on goal achievement to comment on how well the employee met their goals as a whole. Scroll down to see the overall form rating. The system automatically calculates the overall rating based on the individual goal ratings assigned by you. You may not override or change the overall or adjusted calculated form rating. You may choose to add overall comments on performance. This is not required, but you can use this space to comment on performance outside of formal goals. After you've evaluated the goals, it's time to do a final review. Click Actions at the top right here. You can choose to do a legal scan of the entire form to make sure your language is appropriate. When you are finished evaluating your employee, click Save and Send to Second Level Evaluator, and then confirm the selection. Once you send the form to the second level evaluator, you will be able to view the form, but you will not be able to edit the form in any way. Once your second level evaluator approves the form will be sent to both you and your employee at the same time. Be prepared to schedule and conduct your evaluation discussion so you don't keep your employee anxiously waiting to discuss the evaluation. And that's how you complete the employee evaluation sections of the performance management form in SuccessFactors. Thanks for watching.